It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies, current releases, coming attractions, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey.
And the man who's cooler than the other side of the pillow, Murray. Hello, Murray.
That is correct. What up?
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Oh, I'm excited about this week on multiple levels. We saw this week, agenda-wise. Let's maybe just go through a quick agenda so people know what we're going to talk about this week. So we're going to start with what we saw last week. We're going to then move on to what's coming out this week. Then we're going to talk about what we streamed. Then we're going to have Jim's Open Rage, Bryce's Open Rage. We're going to talk about the Undoubted and Mesmerized lists. We're going to talk the Murman Minute, Rage Mondo Met, and then we're going to close. So that's our agenda for the day, folks. First off, thanks, Ragers, for joining us.
It's a jam-packed show.
It's a jam-packed show. Let's see if we can make it under an hour today. I don't know, though.
I think we can do it.
I'm feeling chatty. I don't know about you.
Always.
Murray's always feeling chatty. He's got a beer in that boy.
Can't shut him up.
Can't shut him up. Gretel and Hansel.
Oh.
Jawohl. So, I freaking loved this movie.
So good.
I don't know if you remember 10 minutes into it when I was having a supreme joygasm. And
I do. I saw you convulsing.
I was convulsing. This movie, the script alone, like if the direction wasn't perfect, the script alone, it couldn't stop making me go, wow, who wrote this?
Yep.
I wanted to know. The writer is Robert Hayes.
Right? And do you know what else he's done?
Well, if this thing works, no, it doesn't work.
That's all right.
The walking around device doesn't always work.
But I'll be keeping an eye out for Robert Hayes.
Yeah, just so cleverly written, and it's funny because I think I had leaned over to you and I say, Bryce, this is what real writing looks like.
Absolutely.
As opposed to the one who's up for a couple Oscars. Tarantino's last film, which was just garbage.
I don't know why we're going there.
We have to. It's a perfect comparison of what a real script looks like compared to a shithole script.
That is bogus.
No, it's 100%
I
accurate.
concur.
Yeah, it's a shithole script. Exactly.
No, with Mr.
No.
Bryce.
Moving away from that, yes, this was brilliant. The pacing and tone were amazing. And how about the soundtrack?
Oh, yeah. Who was it by? Rob. Wasn't it Rob?
I think it was Rob.
It was Rob. I was just like, who is Rob and how do
Rob is awesome.
How do I get to know more Rob?
Brandy Rob is Rob Hayes.
And yeah, as you mentioned.
Oh, I didn't know. Maybe the writer also did the...
I assume.
So let me I quickly pulled this up as we were thinking about this. Do you know that he hasn't really done anything too exciting? So he's probably new to the world. And the Merman's looking it up. Yeah. He read a short called Felicity, Stephen K. Amos Show, East Meets Barry West, a screenplay, Immaculate Heart, which was a short, Chewing Gum, a TV series. He did 6 episodes, and then Gretel. Like he has. I don't want to say he's not doing much, but I mean he does that, and then he gets this. In my opinion, this could be my favorite movie of this year.
It's really, really good.
Still early.
It's
well, of this year so far, yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I would say the cinematography is pretty close because we didn't.
Oh.
What else did we see? Did we see 1917 this year? No, we saw it last year.
No, we saw it this year. We saw it after.
Oh yeah, no, because it came out Christmas everywhere else except for here.
Yes, so it would be a toss up for me for 1917 and this one for
different
cinematography.
Movies, but
and the actors were brilliant.
Everybody in it was brilliant, and as I say, just everything was mixed perfectly. You know, you got your tension broken by that little spot of humor, and then back right into the tension.
Yeah, and the creepy kid factor was dialed to 10. And
Yeah.
the creep witch, holy! I didn't know what the fuck she was gonna do the whole movie.
No,
I was like,
absolutely.
what is this bitch gonna? Sorry, I didn't mean to, she was a witch. Guess not a bitch, but I mean, she was pure evil. I loved her.
Oh yeah, and in the first 5 minutes we got that job interview. That was so good. Where she's sitting down across from the creepy old man who's interviewing her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's a little bit giving it away because there's kind of 2 witches in this movie,
Yeah.
or maybe 3.
There's a quite
Potential-
A few witches.
there's potential-
potentially 3 witches.
Or potentially 3. We don't want to say too much,
Yeah.
but this is a super hard Mondo for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Murray, you kind of didn't love this movie though, did you?
Pretty much
Well-
sums it all up.
But he gave it a mess. So I mean, if
Well, at least he didn't rage.
If Ozzy gets 7 more great films behind it. Well, he has one from prior to this. What did you make before this?
Blackcoat's Daughter, which I really, really like.
It's on Amazon Prime, I think. So you can.
I believe it
you
is,
can now
yeah.
stream it.
Yep.
That's awesome. We also saw something else. What did we see?
We saw the rhythm section. Yeah, I was looking forward to it. Reed Morano directing. It's got Blake Lively and Jude Law. How can you go wrong with Jude Law?
You can't go wrong with Jude Law.
Can't you?
Well, he
Yes,
always
you
delivers.
Well,
He's just like Sam,
he
bringing Alice to mead. Jude Law always delivers.
He was good in it, I guess. Overall, that was quite a disappointing effort, though. The whole movie.
But
just
did it make you rage?
It didn't make me rage because once again, I mean, it didn't get me rage because it had so many unintentionally funny parts in it.
But I don't know if maybe it was intentionally funny.
You keep on thinking that it might have been, but
I don't know, but I couldn't stop laughing.
I
So
know,
someone must have known
This
somewhere.
was not a comedy, man. And the fact that we were laughing was not good.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know if it
But
wasn't
that's what
funny
made it
though.
a meh for me. Because
was-
if I
yeah, it
wasn't
was-
laughing, I would have been raging.
Yeah, this was probably one of the funniest movies I've seen. Like,
well, I wouldn't go that
well,
far.
I'm not a big comedy fan, so
well,
this
there
is
you
how I
go.
get my comedy. Is
Fair
through
enough.
Is through interesting things. But didn't you? Okay, so I was super connected to her because
Why?
I'm kind of I didn't know what to expect from this. Like, you know me. Okay, so right away it was an 11 before I even got in the theater. Out of 10.
Because of Jude.
No. Well,
Oh.
Jude doesn't make the 11 list, but
Okay,
what does
what does?
is female
Oh,
revenge
yeah,
flicks
females
always
kicking ass.
make.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
happen
yeah.
to make, if we have time, I happen to make a list of my 11, so you'll have an understanding. So
We'll see if we got time.
Yeah,
But
we got time.
We will get into it
Oh
at
yes,
some point.
we
'cause-
will make the list.
All right.
But so I just couldn't get over like up until the point where she meets Jude Law. I'm just kind of sitting there going like, okay, how come someone hasn't killed her?
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm not saying this as a derogatory comment, but she was a crack whore.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then it was just like some
Like
of the
she
pieces.
really was a crack
She really
whore.
was a crack whore. So it was just interesting the way it progressed. Like I almost don't understand why she didn't kill herself. Like
Yeah.
she because of her stupidity, the main person who was going to help her get revenge for her parents' death, she ends up getting him killed.
You know, the problem I had with it is why did Jude Law even give a crap? Like, what?
I would have
Why
killed
was he-
her.
Yeah.
When she walked in the door, I just would
Exactly.
have killed her.
What is he doing? Why
but
is
I mean,
he wasting his time?
I don't know. That's what I thought. But then here's what I'm trying to justify it.
All right, please justify it.
I'm trying to justify it by saying, I think he just thought this sounds like a pretty good plaything because he makes a comment later on. He's like, "Well, I didn't think you were gonna live anyway."
Well,
So
there
it
you
was
go.
kind of like, I mean, if you're a CIA
So
operative
you're-
agent and you're
So
kind
he
of
was
like,
just entertaining
he was
himself.
entertaining himself
Okay.
because even as he's training her, he's like, you got to keep up to me or you can just die. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like he really didn't care. So I'm kind of thinking maybe that's what it was. But as I was watching it, I was like I was kind of like, this is annoying. Why isn't he just telling her to go fuck yourself?
Go
and,
away.
Like just go shoot some
Yeah.
heroin or crack or whatever you're
Exactly.
doing and disappear.
But
What I loved about it, which made it sense. Okay, so in every other movie, if this was any other female revenge film,
Yes.
what we would have seen is her becoming this super agent.
Which definitely did
Which
not
she
happen.
definitely did not happen. So the realism factor was made. It was so funny.
It really was. And I do believe
She
that...
got beat up by a cripple.
Yes, she did. So I do believe that, yeah, some of the humor might have been intentional. Like those, like how could that not be
It
intentional?
was so funny.
So, but overall, it's just a meh.
It's a meh.
Yeah.
It's a mess. Sorry, we couldn't give it any more.
Yeah.
There we go. Thanks, Mur. So what's coming out this week?
Not
a lot.
I think you've skipped over something there.
Oh, did I? What did we see?
I think we saw Color Out of Space.
Oh my God,
How
we
could you
did.
skip over Nick Cage?
Oh, dude, I'm
Nick
so
Cage,
sorry.
H.P. Lovecraft
I'm
craziness.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That was just wrong, man.
I know. So we saw the Color Out of Space, and we saw it. It was a cuff off the cuff
Off
event.
the cuff event, yes.
Sold out.
Sold
It
out.
was sold out.
And what a way to see this movie as a sold out
Oh,
event.
that's the only way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all sweaty, greased up beside the people next to you. It was
Yeah.
like, this is a real awkward movie to watch
really
as it
was.
is. Like, this was so mind-blowingly good. I wish I was stoned to see this. Like, I really do.
Yes, I don't partake. So.
Yeah, but you can imagine, because the visuals on this, you almost felt like you were stoned.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Right?
Although, I haven't been stoned since I was like 12, breathing in the secondhand smoke from my brothers. So
Did you see a lot of pink?
I don't remember.
Actually, I don't know what that color is.
My whole youth's
it's
gone.
pinkish purple hue, kind of.
Yeah,
This is Nick Cage at his finest.
it absolutely is. It's just crazy. The scene where he's tossing out the tomatoes into the trash, that was freaking awesome. Takes a bite, just slams it in.
Another bite. Well,
Just so annoyed.
we talked about this on Instagram, but this was the 7 faces of Nick Cage.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it was
You saw all of them
every single level of
in
him.
all their glory.
all their glory. And you know what's funny about Nick Cage? I know we get sidetracked because we're not talking about this movie, but it's got to be said that Nick Cage is probably one of the most polarizing actors that's out there.
Yeah,
like,
people
either
him.
love him or hate him.
A lot of what he does.
But you know what I think it was he started out and he was started out good. Like it was kind of like, who's this guy? This is cool. Like Valley Girl was such it was such a great show introducing him. And then he does like Raising Arizona, like one of the best movies ever made.
Absolutely.
And then he got into this slump. It was like maybe it's the 90s or late 80s.
He started doing romantic comedies.
Yeah, and just
weird
You got
Christmas
something to say, Mur?
movies.
Let's hear-
Lest we forget Con Air and The Rock.
yeah, like those were killer. Those are killer Cage. But you know,
Or
then he got
they
into this
suck,
like
depending who you talk to.
he made a movie every year, and every movie was just kind of the same. And so I kind of stopped watching his movies because I was just like, it's going to be exactly the same like every single one of his other movies. So why bother watch it? But I've actually started going back to watch these.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did I miss this? Like, was it Gone in 60 Seconds?
He was dialing
Yes.
up the crazy long before he was
I did
taken.
love that one, Gone in 60
Yeah,
Seconds.
like I think it was Cam actually that said to me, a buddy of ours, Cam, says you got to go back and watch Gone in 60 Seconds. I'm like, what? It's Nick Cage. Come on, buddy.
And Angelina Jolie. But
And
let's
Angelina
not forget,
Jolie,
let's
yeah.
try to forget that.
And I'm just like, holy crap! Like, what happened to him?
Yeah.
He's now one of my all-time faves.
Yeah.
And I dare to say it. He may make it on the Mesmerized list one day. He owns the screen, buddy.
All right. Well,
Oh,
you can nominate him. We'll talk.
Well, he's not on the nomination panel today.
But eventually.
But I'm planting
well,
the seed. Maybe
yeah,
one of you guys will
plant
nominate
away.
him.
Before you go on,
Yeah.
the alpacas, man.
Oh, the alpacas. The alpacas milk. Oh, my God.
Every shot the alpacas were in, it was like, why are people putting alpacas in movies more, man? That was awesome.
Yeah,
I
that
loved
was
them.
pretty good. I was like, and then alpaca milk, and then he's talking about the alpacas. Meat is going to be the meat of the future.
Well, that was the whole thing.
You know what? And I also think for
they're the animal of the future.
the animal of the future. H.P. Lovecraft, though,
Yeah.
like, who would have thought he could be this abstract?
Well, all his stuff is pretty messed up. If you go back and read some of his short stories, it's like, well, what the bleepity blank am I looking at?
What the fuck are we looking at?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, see, I don't partake in the blue language.
The blue language. Blue? What's that?
That's off-color stuff.
Oh, sorry.
Color.
I thought blue was like
Offensive.
like late night softcore porn blue.
Yeah. Well,
Or that.
It can be that too.
Do that too?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's been a lot of H.P. Lovecraft movies that I've liked, like Reanimator.
Reanimator, yeah.
What was the one with Pit and the Pendulum?
Yep.
There's been a couple good ones, but
Well, and all this stuff, I mean, it is pretty messed up. It really is.
yeah, well, yeah, I guess now. Well, if it's really like Reanimator, like Stuart Gordon made,
Yeah.
then I don't know. But I might have to go back and read some H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah. No, it's I've read some of the short stories, and I attempted to get through one. I don't even remember. It's a long time ago. I don't even remember what novel it was. He's only had like a couple. As far as I know, but
Probably a lot more short stories.
Yeah, I got through about, I think, 20 or 30 pages, and I was like, I just couldn't even go on.
It's too strange.
It's like, I don't know what I'm reading.
Well, it's a hard Mondo for me.
Oh yeah, Mondo.
It's a Nicolas Cage Mondo level Mondo.
Absolutely.
Sorry about that, everybody. I jumped
Can't
ahead.
believe you're gonna skip over
Oh
that.
yeah, I didn't. I want to remember.
What
that
is
movie.
wrong with you?
I'm broken. Broken
Yes.
inside. Broken.
All right, what is coming out this week? Well, we got Birds of Prey, and I don't know, what's the full title of it? There's like, I don't know, it goes on and on and on.
It's something, Birds of
blah,
Prey.
Blah,
Harley
blah,
Quinn.
Charlie Quinn.
something, Harley Quinn.
It's super hot Margot Robbie
Yeah.
and Ewan McGregor. So
Well,
It
and
was
that's
also super
That's
hot.
why I want to see it, because, Ewan McGregor, he rarely lets me down.
Yeah.
At the very
is
least.
true.
that's like, I think that's Mur's number one man crush.
He is, yes, next to Mr. Hemsworth, yes.
Hemsworth? Which one?
He likes big
Thor,
muscles.
baby.
Oh,
He likes
okay.
big muscles.
Well, they're both good, but
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I can't think of a Ewan McGregor movie.
is freaking awesome.
Yes, he is.
So I'm kind of looking forward to this. Again, it's a chick flick that they kick ass.
It's
and
got chicks kicking ass, so
Yeah.
you're looking forward to it.
And-
I don't know. We'll see.
I didn't hate the other. What was the one that came from?
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide
Yeah,
Squad.
I didn't hate that.
Everybody just absolutely rags on Suicide Squad. I liked it.
Yeah,
It was
I did
fine.
too.
I was good with it except for the main bad guy, which I thought was ridiculous. But
Joker.
no, he wasn't the bad guy. He was just a sidebar.
Oh,
I liked Gangster Joker. Why do people not like Gangster
magical
Joker?
woman who basically took over
Oh,
all of it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like,
Viola Davis.
no. and yeah, it was Viola Davis's fault that she was out there anyway.
I love.
It's all
Viola
her
Davis.
fault.
She's so good.
The whole movie was
She's
her
so
fault
good.
anyway.
I tell
She's
you.
mesmerizing.
But I didn't mind the characters.
I heard
but
that somewhere.
Yeah,
Anyway.
me too. Birds of Prey. Also, what we're seeing this Friday. I don't even know how to pronounce this.
Oh, it's VHS.
Yes.
VHYes.
No,
Yes,
it's
yes.
like VHS, but with yes.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
VHS.
VHYes.
'Cause
As
it's-
in, hell yes.
Are you serious right now? You didn't know how to say it?
VH.
Yes.
Yes.
No, just VHS.
Well, try and pronounce it the way it's spelled.
Well, try to think about it for 2
Well,
seconds.
yes.
Don't just
If there was a hyphen,
Anyways,
it would have been better. But
VH.
Maybe.
There's a capital V, capital H, and then a capital Y with an ES after it. VHS.
it's a small Y. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
No, not VS.
It's VS. It's like what's that? Those Asian sauces in the Asian aisle at the
I don't
grocery
even-
store.
What are you talking about right now?
He's making me hungry. What
It's
he's doing.
that's what I thought it was. I was like, there's an actual.
Oh, okay, like VH sauce.
Yeah,
Oh,
the VH
the
sauce.
VH, yeah, but
Yes.
the
So
VH,
so
like
so
okay.
VS.
No, just stop it.
Everybody's in this movie.
Is
It yeah. There's a lot of bit parts from everybody,
Well,
I don't know anybody.
and it looks freaking hilarious.
it looks all right.
That's all we're gonna get. Well,
all.
we do know Cody's
I'm
choosing
gonna see
this.
it apparently.
Yes.
Well, and that's the whole thing. Cool.
Yes, and it is put on by our friends at the Globe, so it is definitely worth checking out.
All right.
Starts Friday. It's playing for a while anyway.
Yeah,
That's
and
that's the Globe in Calgary. So you
Yes.
know, if you happen to be in Calgary, come on down to the Globe. You'll probably see our ugly mugs.
yeah, you will. And if you're not in Calgary, wherever
Then-
you are,
then drive here.
check out Vies
VH, yes.
or Vies for those of us that try to
It
speak
is-
English.
It is absolutely not BS.
Okay, Vies, I understand what you're saying.
stand squat.
So we're streaming. What did we?
Streaming.
Did you even get close to as many as I streamed last week?
I streamed one movie.
Yes.
But
wait, hold on a minute.
I know what you're going to talk about.
No, you're not. Actually, you need to hold on just a second.
No. But before that, okay, I'm just kidding.
There we go. This just brings the joy.
It really does. You know what? I was actually a little pissed off there for a second, but
There you go.
I was trying. Well, because
now
I
I'm
was
so
interrupting
happy.
you, but I was like,
Now
dude,
he's
why are you
mellow.
talking?
why are you talking?
Why are you talking?
It's streaming time.
It's porn music time. I love
No
this
drugs
music.
required.
Awesome. Okay, now sorry, you have back the floor there, buddy.
Yeah, so I did stream one, and I know what you're talking about this week. I did see one of those as well, so
Awesome.
we can have a little debate on that one because I don't think I liked it as much as you did.
Well, probably not,
Yeah,
but that's just going to make this a little bit more exciting.
there you
So
go. You don't even know which movie it is.
I don't
This
know.
is
Well,
exciting.
is it Anna? Because that's the first one on the list.
It is not Anna.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll talk about Anna first.
Go ahead.
So, Anna, it's streaming on Prime. It's directed by Luc Besson.
Hey, I got Prime. I should have watched that.
You should have watched it. I don't know. You should have done a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
your
We'll add it to
little
the
head's
list of
thinking
things-
more for your big head these days. So what do I know?
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know either. But so first off, it starts with an 11 because
What?
it's
it's
a kick-ass
Yeah,
revenge flick, and it's got Cillian Murphy in it. I mean, Cillian's not on the 11 list, but
Starts from an
but
11.
but you know who is on the 11 list is Luc Besson.
Is he?
I love everything he's done.
All right.
Everything.
Everything.
I don't care. Like, there's nothing he has made that I haven't loved.
Okay.
His sensibility and his grasp of reality in my mind is just. I mean, Leon the Professional's got to be one of the best movies ever made.
I would say I agree with that.
Yeah, and just everything he's done is so good.
Yeah.
And then
I can't argue.
Sasha Luss, is that how to pronounce her name? She's just probably the most beautiful person on the planet. So to see her like just
The most beautiful person on the planet.
yeah, I don't know. And that's another reason to see this movie.
I thought I was the most beautiful person.
Well,
on
you're
the
the
planet.
second most beautiful person on the planet.
Fair
But
enough.
she's I've never seen a more striking model. Like I guess she did start out as a model, and then to see her kick ass is just like, holy crap! There was like a scene in the movie that was kind of like the first scene of Kingsman,
Right.
with Colin Firth when he's in the church. I was just like, holy crap, she's just kicking the ass out of everybody. It was so good. I mean, it's kind of a little bit of a typical spy type thriller thing, but I thought it was done really well. I mean, it's definitely Luke's style. One of the things that almost made me rage a little bit, and it's because she's fallen off the turnip truck lately, is Helen Mirren.
Right.
I think she did a good job.
Okay.
But again, they can't. Okay,
so
why are they doing this? Like, at least with Sasha Luss, she is actually of Russian descent.
Oh, she's talking with the Russian
She's
accent?
talking with a Russian accent. Sometimes a Brit comes in, and you're just like, "What the hell, Helen Mirren? Stop accepting these roles because you're that desperate."
Didn't that happen in our movie we were talking about earlier a little bit? Blake Lively kind of going in and out of her accent
Yeah,
as well?
I didn't even know what her accent was. Actually, I think I turned to you in the movie. and I said,
It kind of changed.
"Is she English? Is she American? Is she
Yeah, I think she was English.
is she Scottish? Is she Irish? I don't know."
Yeah. That's
Well-
a good question. If anybody knows, let us know.
Yeah, if anybody knows actually what she is,
Anyways, you were saying?
let me know. Yeah, so that was the only thing that kind of bothered me. I was like, another time where whoever did the casting on that was just like, please cast Russians in a Russian role if they're gonna have a Russian accent,
Makes sense.
because then they don't have to act for that part. They can focus on actual acting,
Yes.
because they're using up so much of their time. And I've never ever yet, actually, there's only Matt Damon, a friend of mine, is from South Africa. And he said that, is it Invictus that he's in, where he speaks with a South African accent?
Yeah.
He said that was the only movie he's ever seen. And I'm tempted to agree with him. And I didn't really remember it when I watched Invictus. But he said Matt Damon was the only one he's ever heard that could do a South African accent for as long as he did. Yeah. Huh. So I almost want to go back and rewatch it for
Matt
that.
Damon.
Matt Damon. Exactly. So yeah, that's a definite Mondo for me. Bliss on Shudder. I'm thinking this is the one maybe that you saw.
I did not see it.
Oh, well, I'll catch up to you eventually. I'll see something. So this one, actually, I had sent Mur this because Mur knows one of the guys that's in this.
Oh, this was the dude we were talking about. Dude from The Battery?
Yeah, got dude from The Battery.
Right.
He's the. Was
I
he the
love
director?
The Battery.
Was he the director of The Battery, Mur?
I don't know. He was one of the stars. I don't know if he directed it. But
I think I own The Battery. I think it's in my Blu-ray collection somewhere in a closet.
Yeah, Jeremy Gardner, and
Yes.
he's somewhat of a main character in it, but he's not the main character. It's directed by Joe Bagos, starring Dora Madison and a bunch of other people. This one I'm gonna give it a there was the last 20 minutes was super Mondo, but it was almost like a progressive. It started as I was raging all the way through it. I'm like, can the production values get better, and can the script get better? And then it just slowly started creeping its way into, if it was another 2 hours, maybe it would have made it all the way to Mondo, but it just it
needed more time.
It needed more time. I mean, it
needed to just go on and on and on, and eventually
I just would have started raging. But it's definitely worth a look. There's at least for the last 20 minutes, if you don't want to see all the preamp, basically she becomes a vampire and she can't control herself. She's like the part where she takes a bite out of George Wendt, so good.
Nice.
She's like, "Hey, it's Cheers. Hey,
Norm.
Hey, Norm."
There's a lot of him to take a bite out of.
Yeah, there was a lot. He was pretty juicy, actually. There's a little, don't want to spoil it. You should see it, at least, just for the last 20 minutes. Best of Enemies. Was this the one that you saw?
This is the one I saw. I saw it quite a few months ago. In fact, I saw it when my mother was in town. We actually streamed it then.
Oh, interesting. But so you didn't think that Sam Rockwell delivered?
Sam Rockwell always delivers, but let's get your take on this movie, and then I'll rebut.
Oh yeah, you tell about the butt.
I like butts.
I liked it. The reason I liked it so much, actually, I really liked her. I thought she did a pretty good job being, like, kind of anti everything, and slowly creeped in there. There was it would probably be a soft Mondo, but to me, I liked the story. I liked what it was telling us. So was the direction anything outstanding? No. Was the acting, I thought, was really good.
The acting was good.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way that they portrayed stuff in it. Before I get into it, though, here's a little interesting sidebar. My mother, who lives in North Carolina, actually knew Anne Atwater.
Oh, wow.
Who is the person that Taraji P. Henson played, obviously.
Wow, that's impressive.
Towards the end of her life, through I want to say that it was through Meals on Wheels. I think she was like delivering meals to her. But I'm not 100% sure, and I haven't touched base with my mother to verify that, but I believe that's what she told me.
Bryce needs to call his mother.
That was the entire reason that she kind of wanted to see it, because she actually knew the person that it was based on.
Let's hear your rage about it. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you're just maying about it. Let me hear it.
Here's the thing. I was a little uncomfortable with the overly sympathetic treatment of Sam Rockwell's character in this.
I can see why you would do that.
He was a dick.
For you being someone. Oh, sorry, I let you go on.
No, go ahead.
Is this going to be
what?
Well, for you.
What am I, Jim?
Well, you are one of those people that's like you want to see more polarization. Like when you have a topic of this nature, you wanted to see it more polarizing.
I don't want to be sympathetic to this guy.
I think it was a little whitewashed, but to think that this is a true story. So I think he was a dick for the first part of the movie.
And I'm sure it was a true story, but through the first part of the movie, though, I don't think I
hated him.
I didn't hate him.
I was hating him.
It was never that bad. We got more attention to the characters, to his character's family, and his fellow clansmen than we ever did to Anne Atwater or her daughter. and the people that she was trying to help, that wasn't, it was there in little snippets. It wasn't, it really, it was more about Sam Rockwell and that side. And it was all kind of whitewashed. It was just...
Well, I guess way I would say on that one is, I think that was the story, though. I mean, not to diminish the Black Lives Matter movement and what's happening with the black community in the U.S., but what the story is that they were able to turn this guy. So it really was his story.
What was it? See,
yes, of course.
I felt the movie was misguided.
If you just left it
on... not? I felt it felt a little too much like a white man savior story to me. It really did.
But I'll give you that.
And that made me like super uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can see why you'd say that. But at the same time, I think what they were trying to do was not just focus, because I think a lot of the Caucasian white community...
It was another movie for the masses.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say this was a mass movie.
And you know me, I want a movie like that to piss me off, and it didn't.
Yeah, it didn't piss you off. I know. And actually, not like I agree with you. I like to be more pissed off sometimes. It is an uncomfortable topic to watch because everybody like...
And I guess it depends on where you're coming from, but for some reason, that's what I got from the movie. Like when I'm watching it, those are the things that bugged me about it.
Yeah,
and when you get bugged about something like that, you can't really let it go and enjoy the movie.
No, it's true. I completely understand your point.
The performances were great. Absolutely. They were both fantastic in it, but I just felt that the direction was a little misguided, and while the script was a little misguided. I think it could have been a little more balanced.
Yeah. I definitely see your point. It's not like American History X. It's not. No. It's not. To your point. It was made for the masses, which is actually embarrassing for me because I'm not a fan of mass movies. But the topic I liked, and I kind of like the idea that it was basically taking this douchebag and making turning him, which I think to be able to attract the white viewing market, it had to have that. So if this would have been directed by Spike Lee, it wouldn't have been like this.
That's the movie I want to see.
Yeah, see that. But that's like every other one of his movies. So it's like you could just go see one of his movies. This is a movie specifically about these two people. I think it was more made specifically for him. It was his movie and not her movie. She was just a minor character to get him to be converted. And then I loved the ending. Yeah. The ending, that's what I want to see in these biopics. I want to see, they get to see all the people that they portrayed and got to see them and their story. These two really
were friends.
Yeah, they became best friends, actually. So, yeah.
This is where I don't know what to do.
Well, I gave it a Mondo, and you can do what you want with it, buddy. I'll respect either one in that.
But if I do one thing, someone's got to come off a certain list.
Well, that is your call.
Snap! Oh, it's up to you.
Soon there'll be no one on the list.
I don't know, man. It's
it pissed me off so much that I'm raging. I'm sorry, Sam Rockwell.
Oh no. And he's going to take a long time to come back.
Well, I think he's had a couple movies since this. Maybe he's only got six to go.
Maybe.
I'll have to look into it.
Well, if it made you rage, man.
It made me rage.
But okay, so in hindsight though, can you maybe get over it with a different perspective? Should you maybe see it again? Before we move, I challenge you to watch it again with a different vision. Is to not think of it from you being a black person on the inside.
All right.
And being angry about how whitewashed it was.
It was totally whitewashed.
And try and visualize it as the white masses that would have gone to see this to make themselves feel better about themselves. I don't know.
I'll hold off on my rage. I will give it another shot. I can't guarantee in the next week. But next 2 weeks.
So Sam's safe for a little while.
Sam's safe for a bit. I'll watch it one more time.
All right. That's good. And then you got to see one of my favorite movies that I didn't know about until I saw it on Netflix.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
Let's take a pause here. Here we go. This groove is just so good.
We're still streaming.
All 1 minute of it.
All minute of it. Just love it.
Yeah, Murray hates this one because you got to keep on restarting it.
15 times I have to restart it.
She got a workout. That hand gets a workout on a regular basis. Don't pretend like you're not doing that action on a regular basis, Mur.
And this actually takes the concentration.
Eye for an Eye, streaming on Netflix, which Jim touched upon last week. That was the one, if anybody was listening, that I was like covering my ears and cowering in the corner. So
yeah, that's right. You
couldn't hear what you guys were talking
curled
about.
Curled up in a ball like a baby.
I was.
Give me the juice.
The juice is Eye for an Eye was amazing. Oh my God, it was so good. And my favorite closing scene in a movie
of all time,
well, is the last scene in Jim Jarmusch's 2005 movie Broken Flowers. It was absolutely perfect.
Meh.
Yeah, well, you're wrong.
No,
this closing scene may be better.
This is better. You can't even compare the two.
But I have to think about it.
No,
they're completely different. I know.
No,
I'm not. However, the very last shot in this movie, like the last shot, is undoubtedly the best. The last
2 seconds of any movie ever made.
It's the most impactful last shot that I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly. And okay, did I not say that last week?
You did say that last week.
I said it. I said this is, and that's why I didn't want to tell you about this. Now Murray knew about it, so he's eventually going to just see the last 5 seconds just to see this scene.
But don't get me wrong, it's not just about the last shot in this movie.
No, it's not.
This movie is great.
Yeah.
And you're big on character development.
This was
spot on.
Yeah.
And just everything. I'm almost speechless talking about this movie. I loved it that much.
Yeah, me too. It came out in 2019, and it's directed by our boy.
Yeah, this probably would have hit like number 2 or 3 on my top 10, I would think.
Oh yeah, this would have made my top 10.
Had I saw it last year.
Made my because you can't not forget that last scene. You can't forget the development of the character. You can't forget you don't know where this movie's gonna go the whole time. Like I kept thinking about this. Okay, here's an old guy who's in a retirement home and some other guy.
It's like, where the hell is this going?
Yeah, you don't fully know why they're together or who he is and what the relationship is. He knows how to spin a yarn.
It was freaking brilliant.
Yeah. Agreed. I'm glad you so a Super Mondo for both of us.
Super Mondo.
If anybody gets a chance to see this on Netflix, do it.
Just watch Eye for an Eye. It's so good.
Yeah.
Just watch it. Yes, it's got subtitles. Get over it. Just watch it.
It's in Spanish.
Well, then I'm out.
Dude.
Where's my car?
You just heard us talk about how awesome it is, and you're out.
I gotta watch 90 minutes of subtitles to get to the last 2 seconds of the film.
Well, no. There's probably about 5 minutes where they're speaking English.
You got
5 minutes?
Yeah, probably 5 spattered through there.
Yeah.
It's
whatever.
It's 90 minutes of bliss, my friend.
Sure.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if Mur would really love this movie though.
I like horror, sort of.
No, it's not a horror.
It's not a horror.
Well, that.
What is this? It's a drama.
It's just a drama. I guess it's
thriller.
I guess no.
Drama thriller. Suspense. Drama suspense.
It's drama suspense. No. Heavy on the drama though. It was just a well acted, well made, well shot, well written.
Just imagine what he's gonna do next. Like you think
I'm so super stoked.
Yeah.
I mean, this was we started with Wreck, and this is where we're going. Where are we going from here?
Yeah, I don't know. Like the sky's the limit for this guy.
This guy is awesome. What? Refresh my memory. What's his name again?
I'm looking it up.
Director.
I'm looking it up.
Look it up quicker.
No, I'm not looking it up.
I got
quicker.
nothing.
There we go. Get the timer on.
Tick.
The director is. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Just pronounce it. Be a man.
Paco Plaza. It's Paco Plaza.
Paco Plaza.
And he's the one that kind of carried it on, but it was actually co-directed, Rec 1. Because I looked up Rec 1.
Right.
It's easier to search. Wame Balagoro is they double teamed it. But Paco did this one on his own. So.
All right. Well, Paco is someone to just look out for.
I am
following this dude.
Yeah, write it down. Everybody write it down.
I just did write it down.
I saw you write it down.
There it is.
All right. Well, my rage this week.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
So my rage this week is not specific to movies in general. My rage this week is because I've been going more to... Now, this is more for a Canadian audience. But if our American audience and other worldly audience, I'm not sure if this makes you angry. Well, we have some followers in Europe. We have some followers in South America.
Couple on Mars.
Otherworldly kind of means like the solar system, doesn't it?
Well, how do I know who's not streaming us?
Fair enough.
ET is out there somewhere.
ET is out there. He is eating Reese's Pieces.
Right. Watching movies.
So-
I used to eat Reese's Pieces.
The days of Reese's
You're
Pieces.
missing that.
Yeah.
You know, I can. There is.
can live
Sorry to
without
get
'em.
sidetracked here.
That's
but
all right.
I believe that Sun. I don't remember the complete company name, but I think they make a vegan version of Reese's Pieces.
Really?
Yeah. Fortunately, it's got sugar, but
Yeah, I'm not big on the sugar either.
oh well, you can make an exception every now and then.
Every now and then.
Every now and then. Maybe this Friday for a cupcake or two.
Possible.
So my rage this week, man.
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
We got off track with them. Is freaking commercials in front of a movie. And what cut? No, it's not. It's not a mad. This is like fucking angers me beyond belief to think that you go to see a movie and then I'm watching like 7 fucking car commercials and they're all by a different car they have no interest in buying because they're all
Builds the anticipation.
do they try and make the advertisement so they think that okay, here we've got this new Mercedes. It's like, did they think, oh, people can afford to pay to go see a movie, so they must be able to afford a fucking Mercedes? No, they can't afford a Mercedes,
Always
and I'm
in
never
such
gonna
a
buy
rush.
one. There's so many commercials. It's like bam, 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 and almost all of them are car commercials now. So when you go to Cineplex, and this is a slam directly at Cineplex in Canada. So if you're in the States,
We're
and-
singling them out.
I'm pointing the fingers, Cineplex, because every time you go there, first of all, it starts with the 25 commercials, and then they go into the actual trailers, which I know some people don't like the trailers. I like trailers because I like to see what's coming out, and it gets me excited, or a little bit.
Doesn't take much to get you
Yeah,
excited.
it's true. I do like to have a moist.
I just give you a glance.
I do like to have a moist presence when I'm watching a movie. So they then, like, it's just you're waiting there for 20 minutes. I don't know. We were at a movie the other day at Cineplex. It felt like it was 25 minutes that this was going on. And then the very next week, we went to Landmark. Props to Landmark. And I'm sitting there. I think I even turned to you. Or maybe we were both there. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Does something feel different about this movie?
Yes.
And I'm like,
That was me.
there's no fucking commercials.
There was not.
They just went right into trailers.
Well, they had that one little advertisement for something going on in Edmonton, but that was
Yeah, but that
quick
was a
and
public
painless.
service announcement.
That's what
Probably
you kept
Landmark.
on saying. I don't know
It's a
that
public
it was.
service announcement. You can't make an advertisement for Edmonton. It's not a place to advertise.
Well, you can say that
It's
again.
it's a public service announcment. But so this is
that
what
we
I don't
don't
get
love
is
our
it's
fans
okay.
in Edmonton.
Okay, so you have movie distributors.
Yes, you do.
Why can you not just make the trailers? Those are commercials enough. Like, there's no reason they need to be selling time to these stupid car and Coke and all
Almighty
these,
dollar.
all these.
That's why they have
but
product
it's okay. So
placement.
Landmark's not the biggest. Cineplex dwarfs Landmark in Canada by about, I want to say 65 to probably 25% of the market share.
Yeah,
And so
probably.
if anybody needs the money, it's Landmark. So I got to give a total kudos. This is for anybody who listens to our podcast that's in Canada. We have to stop this. We already get enough commercial advertising everywhere. We were talking to our buddy Kim the other day, and Kim was talking about how, when you say something to Siri or you say something to Amazon, Alexa, or you say something to Hey Google, and that they're listening to you nonstop. And so you're getting barraged by commercials all the time.
Yes.
When I go to see a movie, it should be sacred to movies. And it used to be like that when we were kids. You never saw commercials.
True.
You just saw the trailers and you're like, oh, Buck Rogers.
Buck Rogers.
I can't wait for Buck Rogers.
Yes.
But now it's like non-stop commercial, and it's like it eats into my valuable raging time for other things.
All
So
right.
I don't know about you guys, but if I can make it happen, we will always be going to Landmark if Cineplex cannot get rid of those
okay with
fucking
that.
commercials.
Cineplex can suck a
Bag of
dicks.
dicks. Exactly.
All
Take
right.
that, Cineplex.
Yeah. That'll show them.
All right, what you got, baby?
All right. So, what I got is, why does every action movie have to have a car chase? We got it in that stupid movie we just watched. They're rarely realistic in any way. They're all formulaic and unoriginal. It's gotten to the point that I rarely even watch them when they're on screen. Sometimes I just close my eyes and wait for the obnoxious noise to stop. Apparently, everyone who gets behind the wheel in an action movie is a trained stunt person as they swerve through impossible circumstances. Sometimes they have the cars run into something, but instead of losing control, like would actually happen, they speed away unscathed. I mean, what's the point? Quite often these movies have underlying feeling of realism, and then we get to the ridiculous convoluted car chase, and it takes me out of the movie completely. Chase scenes are way overdone. They're just dumb. The only one I've ever liked in the history of movies is Dirty Harry's Deadpool with the remote control car. That was pretty cool.
Oh, the snap.
Yeah, but other than that, nowadays there's nothing original. More often than not, the situations are impossible for these chases to occur in any plane of reality. That's my rage. It's quick. It's to the point.
Oh, no, man. You can't just throw a rage down the table and not have us join in.
Yeah, well, join in. Okay, what do you have to say about that?
So actually, I tend to agree with you.
All right.
I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, go on 60 seconds, Murman. There. So, okay, I don't agree.
Yeah, that whole movie sucked.
I 100% don't agree with you that that's the only good chase scene. But what I will say to you is that 99 times out of 100, I'm kind of going, why are we watching this? We could have been watching someone punching someone in the face or cutting someone's head off or stabbing somebody or shooting somebody or what? No.
Walking.
In an action movie, there shouldn't be a lot of walking.
They could walk with some...
Why walk when you can drive?
Yeah, good point,
That's
Mer.
just ridiculous.
What
are you talking about?
Actually, I like your
If
point.
you're not
Mer.
walking or riding your bike, why? Huh?
You're driving into shit. But
Nah.
I do 100% feel your point about, oh look, I'm all of a sudden a trained stuntman, and 99 times out of 100,
So stupid.
they're like better drivers than the police who are actually trained
exactly.
to do a chase. So I mean, that 100% give that to you 100%. But what I want to tell you,
What's your butt?
and I know you hate this franchise, but the reason that I love it is because it's so bad, it makes me laugh. And usually,
You're not going to say Fast and the Furious.
That's exactly what I'm going to
for
say.
crying out
So
loud.
the reason, okay, so you hear me out here. It's not that I don't understand why you rage because these movies are terrible. But what is so fantastic about them
Nothing.
is that they have completely flipped the world of physics on their head. If you want to count how many times in those movies, it's a super great. I know you don't drink, so there's no reason why you have to watch these movies.
No,
but for
I
someone who does drink, this is a drinking game.
Yeah.
As to how many times the laws of physics are made to be untrue in these movies.
You're going to die of alcohol poisoning
That's
in the first half hour.
That's for any of my buddies who have been to any of my birthday parties. I just want to say shark. So. No.
Shark.
Yeah, I've never been, so I have no idea what we're talking
Okay,
about.
so
Maybe
this is,
someday.
I have to regress here a little bit, but we used to do drinking games at my birthday parties late at night when we would watch movies outside in my backyard. And the last one that we had, a buddy of ours said, "Oh, you guys should watch Jaws because like there's only like 5 times that they say the word shark." I'm like, that doesn't sound like a pretty challenging drinking game. They said it, Murray. What you looked it up? Was it 102 times?
Something like that.
I passed out because I almost did die of alcohol poisoning on my birthday for the number of times I said shark. So
What a tragedy that would have been.
if nothing else,
Then you wouldn't be sitting here across the table from me right now.
turn in to any of those Fast and Furious, or just when you're watching it, make a game of it. If it's gonna be there, you gotta just.
Yeah, I'm not going to be watching it.
It's not gonna stop though. It's there.
Plus, I'm not going to be drinking, so none of this
I know
applies.
that's why it makes sense for your rage. But for those of us that do drink, it's kind of fun. You can go, that would never happen. Hit, that would never happen. Slurp, shark.
Sometimes
physics.
you just need the mindless fun.
Yeah.
Whatevs.
But I tend to agree with you. I'm not a big fan of car chases. I would much rather watch people punch people to nearly in
Absolutely.
bloody mess. A pulp. A pulp,
Bloody
as I like to
pulp.
call it.
Q.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Well, the day has come that I never thought would happen.
Do tell.
It's time for our submissions to the Undoubted and the Mesmerized list. I've brought forward 2 this week to the crew, and I think they've done their homework, but just in case they didn't. So the first thing that has to be said is the person I'm bringing up for the Undoubted.
Because he's such a good actor.
No, it's not. It's not because he's a good actor.
He really is.
The only reason he's being brought up is because he has the best agent in Hollywood to choose scripts that are actually make good movies. So I'm putting forward Mr. Potato Head himself as one of the Undoubted, because if he chooses to be in a movie, or his agent tells him to be in a movie,
probably going to be really good.
that movie is going to be really good. Now, he will suck more than anyone else that's ever acted, because he can't act his way out of the potato bag
Who
that
are you
his
talking
potato
about
head
now?
is
I thought
in.
we were talking about Mark Ruffalo.
We are talking about Mark Ruffalo.
Okay, well, you're just making no sense to me.
Except, I do have to say, I haven't seen the movie Infinitely Polar Bear.
I have seen the movie Infinitely Polar Bear.
But that is the only movie I've ever
Because if
seen.
Mark Ruffalo's in it, you gotta go see it.
That's what I'm saying. That is the only movie I've ever seen, any trailer, anything he's been in, where he actually looks like he knows how to act. I don't know what happened. Like every other movie he's in, he's just a lump of potato walking
Oh,
around.
come on, Foxcatcher. Go watch Foxcatcher again.
He's
I
a
actually
potato.
fell asleep during that one.
There you
He
go.
was
Murray
not
just
a
proved
potato.
Murray just proved my point.
That was more of a Steve Carell movie, though.
Hey, Murray, when you see a baked potato in the microwave, say if it cooks there for 5 minutes, how long before, if you were actually just looking at that baked potato, before you would fall asleep?
Watching a potato bake,
Yeah.
probably 5 minutes. Yeah.
There you go. So there. He probably watched 5 minutes of Foxcatcher. Mark
Now,
Ruffalo was in it.
You throw it
and
in
he
the
fell
crisper
asleep.
and you fry it up, then you're talking.
Mark
Yeah.
Ruffalo was amazing in Foxcatcher. Mark Ruffalo was amazing in Infinitely Polar Bear. Mark Ruffalo was amazing in Spotlight.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
That is like the actual. You're like cursing my grave. That movie. He was so bad in Spotlight.
He was so good in Spotlight.
If that movie wasn't so fantastic because of Michael Keaton and the rest of the cast, it would almost have made me rage.
and
just
they
because,
did nothing about it.
Yeah, see, you could have played the Mark Ruffalo part. It's like they knew. It's like, dude, like, are you like stoned
Did you
when
see
you
the look
recorded
on his
this?
face?
There was no
I was
tension.
feeling his rage.
Now you're just making shit up.
I am not.
You're making shit. Okay, so let's do this.
All right.
Dark Waters. Was that okay? Now this is the big test, because Dark Waters, if it gets a rage, he's not on the list.
It wasn't a rage.
Wasn't
I
it?
It
Murray,
wasn't.
do you have our list of what we rated as Dark Waters? Bryce had a rating on there.
Did I?
When did we see it?
It's on our
If
list.
it's from last year, then no.
That's a good question. I don't think I raged on Dark Waters.
We might
I
have
think
to
I
take this-
I think I was disappointed in it.
We're gonna go back and look.
I think
because
it was meh.
We're gonna go back and look because the movie itself, you said, was terrible, but you liked the DuPont story. So okay, Dark Waters is the gray area.
that's what it's
Avengers
You're
Endgame.
gonna be pleased by the end of this, probably. Anyways, if we go over our,
Yeah, it looks like it.
because Avengers Endgame was a meh.
Yeah.
Well,
Go back,
That one's
Avengers
debated.
Infinity War.
It
was a meh.
I liked it.
okay,
That's back to back mehs. If we get one more, oh no, Thor Ragnarok.
Thor
that was
freaking
awesome.
He was awesome.
yeah,
in
that was a
too.
Mondo.
That was a Mondo.
Okay, but
if
look
Dark
at
Waters was a meh, that's 3 back to back, and I
okay,
think he's off.
but then also you've got Now
Yeah,
You
I
See
guess
Me
it-
Too,
which
which is
was
a
a-
rage.
Oh yeah, that's a rage.
There you
Right?
go.
Well, Mark Ruffalo's not on the Undoubted list.
Well, as much as I know from future going forward,
But
I
there's
will
so
go
much
see.
good.
I will go see a Mark Ruffalo movie, but not if he's with Julia Roberts.
Fair enough.
That's a double whammy right
And I'm also throwing up on the Mesmerized list, Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem.
I
Mesmerized
vote
list.
yes.
I vote. Yeah.
Murray.
there. Yeah, okay.
All right, we've got a new person to our Mesmerized list. That was easy.
That was easy.
He owns the screen in every.
Every single thing he does.
No Country for Old Men.
Oh.
I've never seen a more polarizing character in my life.
It was unbelievable. Oh man, the definition of mesmerizing.
Yeah, is him. I like. I wish we could look up if they had a real dictionary like the old days, where you could look up the book. And go, I'm flipping pages to look in the dictionary. The word mesmerized is Javier Bardem.
Yes.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
what was the Bond flick he was in?
I'm
the
not sure
crappy
which
one that
it
I
was.
saw, it was Skyfall.
It was Skyfall.
He was mesmerizing.
He was
in that
totally
too.
mesmerizing.
And so creepy.
Terrible
Like,
in that.
super.
if anybody
super,
can turn the creep factor up, it's Javier
oh,
Bardem.
dude, that was so.
You know what?
good.
Even when he's in like those even when he's in like a romantic comedy type of, I'm still not like, what was that? Vicky Cristina,
Yeah.
whatever the heck
Well,
it was.
yeah,
called.
Aguilera.
He's married to. hey. No, he's married to Penelope.
Vicky Cristina Barcelona.
Yeah,
there you go.
He's
we
married
go.
to Penelope Cruz now, so I think isn't it?
Is he really?
or is it
I didn't
Salma-
even know that.
Or is it Salma Hayek? It's one of those two.
They're both. They're all beautiful
Yes,
people.
no kidding.
No, he's married to one of them, but
All right. Well, we
Dude.
got one more, and we got guys. People listening, give us some ideas.
Yeah,
We can't come up
throw
with these
'em out
all on
there.
our own. Throw them out there. Put them on social media.
I'm not very bright at the best of times.
It's
So.
true. He's not. Merman.
all right.
Ready to go, buddy.
Rock and roll. All right, as everyone knows, the Oscars are this Sunday. While they aren't for everybody, namely my two associates here, a lot of people do enjoy watching them, even if they don't care who wins. Sometimes the right people win. More often than not, they don't.
That's
True.
So here then
why
is a
they're
list
useless.
of the most widely agreed upon, least deserving Oscar winners of all time.
Oh, well, this is interesting.
I'm liking this.
Yeah, I know you guys would. Not necessarily my opinion, but basically.
Let's see if it's our opinion.
Okay, number one, Crash winning Best Picture.
That year, yes.
Yes, it went over. Good Night and Good Luck, Capote, Brokeback Mountain, and Munich.
Those were all better.
Exactly. Even the director, Paul Haggis, said in an interview, it didn't deserve to win movie Best Picture.
No.
I'm quoting him here. Was it the best film of the year? I don't think so. There were great films that year. Good
It was a
Night,
good year.
Good Luck.
Was a
Good
good
Night,
year.
Good Luck was awesome.
Yeah.
Capote, terrific film. Ang Lee's Brokeback Mountain, great film. And
It was a good-
Spielberg's Munich. I mean,
I liked
please,
it.
what a year.
Really?
he
I
goes.
really
Yeah.
liked it.
So
Yeah.
when the director says it didn't deserve to win, then you wonder what the hell happened.
We can talk about Brokeback Mountain another
Yeah.
day, but it was a meh for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Next up,
I don't get
I don't want to
that.
steal from Mur. Go, Mur.
Next up
Okay.
is a movie I actually liked, is Birdman and blah 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 over Boyhood, who everybody thought should have won.
Boyhood was good. Boyhood was more good because
Boyhood-
just the fact that it took them.
Boyhood was the worst
what was
movie
it?
I've ever seen.
10, 12
Next
years.
to Top Gun. It was literally one. It
was-
made me rage so hard.
Really?
I thought the movie was terrible.
I didn't think it was terrible. And
Terrible.
I was impressed at
I
how anybody
absolute-
could take that long to make a movie.
And still have it be as terrible as it was.
Whatever.
There was no script. There was no
Anyway,
plot.
I like Birdman, but I didn't see Boyhood. But everyone thought that Boyhood should have won.
No,
I think
it
Birdman
shouldn't.
was better.
Birdman was way better.
And number 3, Rocky for Best Picture.
Oh, totally.
The year it was the year that it won.
Come on.
You know what was nominated? Taxi Driver,
What?
All the President's Men,
Huh.
Oh.
and Network. And
Oh,
Rocky
That's
won.
actually
God.
pretty stellar
That
competition.
is, yeah.
Oh my
And
goodness.
Rocky won.
Yeah, that's
And,
embarrassing.
That
because,
is
and because
actually-
Stallone produced it or wrote it, he won the Oscar.
That's embarrassing.
It is.
Can't even. I have to put subtitles on for him when he speaks too.
True. All right, the next one that I actually was very happy about, the screenwriting, Good Will Hunting, that Matt Damon and Affleck did, won over Boogie Nights and As Good as It Gets.
Meh.
I mean, that was the year
They're
where
all meh.
Exactly. I got no opinion on that
well,
one.
Another reason why I hate the Oscars.
Titanic won everything that year, but yeah, they won screenplay for some reason.
Titanic.
Well, actually, I think that should have won.
I believe actually the term they used was for Good Will Hunting is utterly mediocre.
It was all right.
That's all right.
How do you like them apples?
Exactly. Then we got Shakespeare in Love won Best Picture over Saving Private Ryan.
I had no problem with that.
Yeah.
Well, there's a story
You
behind
hated it because
that.
it's a period piece.
Oh well,
No,
it's a
I
period
liked-
piece,
Did ya?
and
I didn't mind it. Yeah.
All right.
this was like the crowning achievement of Harvey Weinstein.
Oh well, that's a reason to hate it.
Basically, he changed
Harvey
the.
who?
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
exactly.
disgraced
Let's
mogul.
not say his name.
Yeah, but he basically changed the ending of the movie to basically appeal to the audiences, and then he lobbied hard for the movie. So it won
Well,
Best Oscar.
Saving Ryan's Privates was actually I did love that movie. Matt,
just another
Matt
war
Damon.
movie.
God damn it.
First
Okay.
15 minutes is some of the best.
All right, then another one.
And then, yeah.
Then
So there's a lot of walking. It's like
there's a lot of walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mur.
And it's
Go
a
ahead.
Keep
war
on
movie.
target, Mar. Sorry, buddy.
And then the next one is another one I'm happy about. Argo for Best Picture.
Just because you hate him.
I didn't pick this list. This was on the internet. Just
I
so
would
you know.
agree.
It wasn't my choice.
But some of it is
But
you're
I'm
right.
happy that it got
Argo
picked.
was awesome, but it had
Compare-
some stellar competition
compared
that
to
year.
Lincoln,
Lincoln
Beast
was,
of the Southern Wild,
Yeah.
Life of Pi,
yeah.
Life of Pi shouldn't have been nominated.
Really?
and Amor.
I guess
which
we'll
I
have to
don't know
talk about
about.
that someday
CGI
too.
Tiger, whatever.
Yeah, it
was
was
just
fine.
disappointing.
It was
What?
fine. It was shouldn't be nominated for an Oscar.
You know what? That year, what should have been nominated for an Oscar, but whatever.
Tons of international films. I don't even have at the top of my list.
Next one is going back a ways before we were around. How Green Was My Valley won Best Picture over Citizen Kane,
They were both good.
who everyone
Yeah.
basically has said is widely
the best
known,
movie ever made.
which
Yeah.
is debatable, but it's still a lot better than How Green Was My Valley.
I haven't seen it, so I
have.
can't judge it.
But
Is-
anyway, so
They're both good.
And the final one, I think, which is Forrest Gump
All
won
right.
Best Picture over Pulp Fiction and
Wow, that would've-
Shawshank
Yeah.
Over Shawshank?
and Quiz Show. They were all nominated.
Wow.
And, I mean, we
Yeah,
all
that's-
That's a tough
We all
call,
love
though.
Tom
I'd
Hanks.
put it on
but
par with Quiz
Pulp
Show,
Fiction
but
was
the
better.
other
Yeah.
two, yeah.
Anyway.
Huh.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
that's my take. So next week you will expect an Oscar rap.
I love
much as
it.
They don't want to hear it. So that's all I got for that.
Cool.
Mer. That was good. Thanks, buddy. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
All right,
The Murman Minute delivers again.
Delivers just like the mailman.
do what I can.
All right. Well, I guess that brings us to the end of this week. We went a little bit over. Sorry, everybody. but
got RMM. Don't
We got one.
oh, we got one
thing.
more. We got to blast this out.
We're
All
gonna
right.
blast through real quick.
Last her out.
Let's
All
do
right,
it, Mer.
You ready?
Quick.
All right. Kat Denning,
Meh.
Paul Bettany,
Meh.
Meh.
Mondo,
Whatever.
Elizabeth Olsen,
Meh.
Meh.
Wow.
Mila Kunis,
Mondo.
Meh.
I love her.
Do ya?
It's
Oprah Winfrey,
Mondo.
Meh.
Roberto Benigni.
Meh.
Mondo.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Rage.
Rage.
Mira Sorvino,
Meh.
Meh.
Marissa Tomei,
Mondo.
Meh.
and Gina Davis.
Meh.
Meh.
And then we got late additions here. Rob Zombie.
Mondo.
I'm gonna say Rage.
You suck.
And I
No.
want to say Sherry Moon Zombie. Is that
That's
Sherry?
it. Mondo.
She's Mondo.
Totally Mondo.
She's totally Mondo.
Sid Haig.
Mondo.
Mondo.
Bill Mosley.
You got it. Mondo.
And William Forsythe.
Mondo.
Mondo.
Wasn't that Charlie from Charlie's Angels?
No.
Oh, who am I thinking of then?
Ah,
Alrighty. That's all
that's what we got for RMM. Thanks, Mur. Yeah, sorry. Thanks everyone thanks Ragers for listening. Thanks to the extended Film Rage crew of Stephanie DeRoy for social media, Paul Gowan for his technical knowledge, and new to the crew, Leonard Conlon for his artistic vision and upcoming photography via Leonard Conlon Photography. Listen to us on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are always wanting your feedback to make this a raging blast
We
for
need your
all listeners. So please comment often, and please make us rage. Please, please. That's it for this week. Rage on.
Rage
Rage
on.
on.